And let's focus on a business headline story where the U.S. Federal Reserve is expected Wednesday to increase its base interest rate for the first time since 2006. This step, economists say, will have repercussions across the global financial system. The Federal Reserve is expected to conclude that it is time to get away from the ultra-low interest rates that have underpinned the recovery from the 2008-2009 Great Recession. And this afternoon, we're finding out if this will indeed affect Africa and Ghana. And I do have on the phone line this afternoon Dr. John Gachi, Senior Lecturer, University of Ghana, Cape Coast Business School. Good afternoon, Doctor, and thanks for your time.
Good afternoon, and
now,
thank you too.
Okay, how will this affect Africa, for that matter, Ghana? Is this going to happen in any way, positively or negatively?
Well, I think it has been speculated that it will have some effects on emerging economies, including ours, because one of the things expected is that the rate hike may attract movement of funds which have been directed to most emerging economies to go to a stable U.S. economy and enjoy relatively higher rates. And that will bring about some dryness in terms of inflow of long-term capital to most African countries. That is what is going to happen. And it is likely that this may also lead to some appreciation in the U.S. currency against other currencies across the world. And when that happens, it can also create currency problems for some emerging economies. Already you will realize that most African economies have similar problems relating to exchange rate volatility. And when that happens, it may increase the momentum of the volatility.
Okay.
So these are the things that we expect to see.
Now, with what you've said and with your background as an economist, what do emerging and African economists do to cushion themselves?
Sometimes you may not do much, but what it means is that domestic revenue mobilization should deepen. That will reduce interest of engaging in foreign denominated loans or facilities across the world. That is what it means. But as to whether emerging economies, especially those of Africa, have the ability to engage in massive revenue mobilization to limit the interest in foreign loans, is a question that one cannot answer unless time unfolds. Okay. That is the issue. But we must also begin to realize that that's the real effect of globalization, because we are now closely knit together in terms of debt market across the world. And when some policy stride is taken in a major economy like US, the speed and the scale of the effect becomes more enhanced. So we need to bear that in mind.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. John Gachi. He's a Senior Lecturer, University of Cape Coast Business School. We're looking at the decision being taken by the U.S. Federal Reserve. It's still business, and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement System have signed an agreement to roll out an electronic payments to the current 144,980 beneficiary households in the 185 leave districts across the country. The implementation of the e-payments mechanism is expected to commence in January next year.
With signing of the agreement, all districts on the LEAP program will no longer receive payment through the manual process by the Ghana Post Company Limited. Rather, they will be integrated onto the e-payments platform by GIPS.
Every 2 months, we pay LEAP cash transfers. Now, GIPS has the responsibility. They're going to issue the e-switch cards to the beneficiary households and then pay them electronically. So we are no longer going to pay by cash. The money is going to be loaded onto the e-switch, and then the beneficiaries can go to the service providers and cash out their money. From January, GIPS is going to provide that service, and we're going cashless.
The Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection added, a proper monitoring structure will be put in place to assess progress of transactions.
We would still monitor, so we'll do electronic monitoring. Our MIS unit under our LEAP program will do the electronic monitoring because we can see whether monies have been paid out or not. And then we also do the physical monitoring. We're going to do an elaborate dissemination, and GIPS is also going to lead that process so that we can educate. We've said that we don't want any LEAP beneficiary to travel beyond 5 kilometers. So GIPS has to make sure that throughout Ghana, in the 185 districts, we have service providers within 5-kilometer radius.
Archie Hesse is the Chief Executive of GIPS.
Most of the beneficiaries do not currently have access to the banking system. By them being issued an eSwitch Smart Card, they effectively have a full-fledged bank account and can start having banking relationship in the country. They can start having all the various services that are available to anybody with a bank account.